ladies, how are you? When I'm gonna call my twin, and I just want to let y'all know, be toxic for the rest of your 20s. You only get one life. Live your toxic 20s. You never get to be 20 years old, 21, 22, 23, 24, none of that ever again in your life. Be toxic, because don't get in your 30s thinking you could just go slashing tires and doing all this crazy shit. You too old for that now. You too mature. Be toxic for the rest of your 20s. And if you delusional, turn that shit up a notch. Enjoy the rest of your 20s. You only get to do this shit one time. Hey, ladies.
Call Halayim La Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rekah Kodash. I want to give a double honors to the apostles and elders that prophesied and rule well for the hopeful 144 and the 1/3 of Yasharallah, who this world refers to as Israel, starting at the house of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim, who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwith, who learn in sincerity. It's your brother, Kanan, out the Indianapolis camp. And I want to name this not a woman, a witch. Okay? And hear this filthy, toxic conversation one more time.
How are you? When I'm gonna call my twin, and I just want to let y'all know, be toxic for the rest of your 20s. You only get one life. Live your toxic 20s. You never get to be 20 years old, 21, 22, 23, 24, none of that ever again in your life.
That's enough. Shout out to the brother Shayar Yasharallah for posting this video up. And without further ado, let's get to these scriptures. This is Luke 17. Salakia. This is Luke 17:32. Remember Lot's wife. Now, this is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai saying this, okay? Obviously, in ministry. Remember Lot's wife. What's the significance of Lot's wife? Lot's wife was disobedient to the instructions of the angels who came to save Lot and his family, okay? Unfortunately, Lot and his two daughters, Moab and Ammon's progenitor, which is the progenitor of Moab and Ammon, only the daughters made it out of the situation of Sodom and Gomorrah being destroyed from brimstone and fire. Why? Because Sodom and Gomorrah was to be an example for us not to live by that way today. By what way? Adulterous ABC lifestyle. Okay? All right? That was taking place, which the Lord had enough of it, and he destroyed the place. And along destroying it, he gave warning to Lot, because Lot was a just man, vexed with filthy conversation, just like the conversation coming out that witch's mouth. Okay? That type of would Shayar put there, that Bible verse, the woman knows nothing. That's true. Okay? That was a prime example of it. And she's a so-called celebrity. See what's wrong with our people? All right. Okay. So Lot's wife was made an example. She turned back to the filth of Sodom and Gomorrah, and she was made a pillar of salt, a memorial to this day. Okay. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it. Now, what's the example of saving their life? Not repenting, not turning to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. This bitch is talking about be trifling throughout your 20s. Live recklessly throughout your 20s, because you only get them once. You don't get your 20s. You don't get a day here. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has appointed our time. Okay? It could be the next second. It could be the next breath. All right? So for you trying to designate a decade of your life to live trifling and wicked, as if all is going to go over well. And then she said in your 30s, you mature. Age ain't nothing but a number. Okay? Like I always say, the only men on this earth serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The rest of these males of age are lost. Okay? And whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. Lose your life. Come up out of Babylon, spiritual Babylon, meaning disconnect your mind from the matrix, from the folly, from the wickedness that is going on in this upside down world that we currently live in. Okay? You repent, come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. All right? This is the book of Micah 7 and 10. Then shall Salakia, then she that is my enemy shall see it. Who is the enemy of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai? Eve. Okay? You starting with you, Eves. Okay? And shame shall cover her which said unto me, where is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, thy Abba? Okay? Thy father. My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Okay? So your time is coming for judgment. All right? Your time, E, for all of this week, while you just said just be trifling all through the 20s, wagging your nasty fake ass fingernail around. Okay? And we're going to get on that too. Okay? Because then shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets, punished for your iniquity. Okay? You so-called African American, Native American, Hispanics, you Jakes, the 12 tribes. We talking to you women. Okay? This is the book of Job 14 and 4. Now, disclaimer, this is written to the house of E, okay? The wicked. All right. However, this applies to a 2/3 mentality. Who can this is Job 14 and 4. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Once again, meaning that Esau was made to be the unclean vessel. However, 2/3 of our nation are an unclean vessel, the house of Saul. Okay, starting with that pack from Eve and the serpent. Not one. So let me read this again. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. Okay, seeing his days are determined. So wickedness has a determined time. The number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bonds that he cannot pass. Okay, just like he appointed the ocean with the sand, that the ocean can't go past that limit. So can sin not reach past that limit. So why we're here prophesizing the downfall of Babylon, which is clearly in your face. Clearly, you see the end of the road of this wicked eon time period that E had to rule, but yet she's still saying, continue on in your folly. Okay, live your best life. All right, this is Sirach, Ecclesiastes 25. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon, some of the most furious, ferocious beasts, than to keep house with a wicked woman. Now, a dragon, a lion. North Carolina elder in the news on the go was just doing a clip about some lions that ripped a lion tamer, keeper, zookeeper apart. Okay. This Bible verse is telling you, Sirach is saying, I'd rather dwell with that lion than this wicked woman. Now let's back that up. This is Proverbs 21 and 9. It is better to dwell in the corner of the housetop. Okay, whether that be your roof, whether that be a distant room far away, whatever space you can create for yourself, than with a brawling woman in a wide house. Remember, a house is not a home. Whether you live in a mansion or you live in a shack, if that woman is haughty and prideful, then you're gonna have problems. Okay. The space will not eliminate the problems that you have if you're under the same roof with a demon, with a witch. Not a woman, a witch. And that woman is an Aquith who's come back to the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of her ability. That witch is that 2/3 that is following the advice of Glorilla. Okay, this be Alex Crowley's granddaughter, do as thy wilt. Okay, for real. Okay, this is back to Sirach 25:17. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face. Okay, and I always use an example of when you was in high school and you had those cute little chicks, some of them cheerleaders, but halfway period through the through the school year, all you see is an ugly female walking past you. And it's not because she didn't give you the time of the day. It's because her snooty ass attitude, her stupid ass mean mug, and this is what it does. And darketh her countenance like sackcloth. So women make themselves look ugly. And a lot of us men have married this woman that she looked beautiful on that date. She looked beautiful on those dates. She looked beautiful on that day that you said you do. And then it all went to hell. And now it's through. And you wake up to this a mess, a hot mess with an attitude, okay? And you got to smell her funky ass breath. All right, I just thought I'd throw that in there, okay? Now I'm going down to 25 and 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. And that's why I brought out that Job 14:4-5, though that applies to the house of Esau, because you can't bring nothing clean up out of Esau. And you women can repent if you are the house of Israel. Yasharala, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics. However, 2/3 of you won't. Okay? Let the proportion of a sinner fall upon her. All right? So you be careful who you dealing with. And that's why we got to stay prayed up, because the Lord will put us through it. And if we're going through it, we can make it. Okay? My elder in Indianapolis, Ash, my elder Ash, if you're going through it, you can make it through it. Okay? Through Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right? Moving over to Sirach 26:9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. Now, what did we just get through seeing this Glorilla doing? Swinging her fake ass fingernail around. I kept looking at the curve of the tip of that fingernail. If you want to go back and watch the little clip, that's what have we been bringing out on these women with that shit? You can't wipe the shit out your ass. And I was telling my daughter, there's a whole bunch of women walking around with shit in their ass because they choose to do that. I just gave you guys an example. I'll tell you one more. I had to get a rental car, and the woman could not grab my license or my credit card. I had to slide it to her. Okay, I probably should have instantly put hand sanitizer on that car when I got it back, for real. But you see the horror in these women. And listen, the haughty looks, that goes into this. Those fake, everything fake about you that you did is you rejecting Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And if you men are out here getting surgeries and shit on you, doing the same thing. First of all, Israel's not supposed to cut on themselves, especially not for vanity. You know, it's a gang of Akim out here starting at the House of Great Millstone. We would not be tatted up. All right? It's just that simple. We known better, you know? So the all these surgeries and BBDs and all that bullshit that y'all be doing, and it's just gotten to the point where you're even ready to go find some backdoor avenue to get the surgeries done. That's not the love of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's the lust, okay? That's the curse. This is 10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straightly. Okay, keep a tight grip on your daughter. Nas said, fathers, teach your daughters. Okay, and even in a two parent household in these days, where Esau has stripped the man of the value of the man by all these restrictions, okay, meaning draconian unrighteous decrees that he's put against our family, okay, and then even these haughty women going down to Egypt for all these handouts, spiritual Egypt, which separates the man from the family. Okay, least she abused herself through over much liberty. Was to say, give not a woman much liberty to gad abroad, to move about. Okay, unfortunately, I'm sitting here doing this video right now, and the woman that's supposed to be in my life is doing just that, moving about on her own will. Alex Crowley grandchild, doest thy will. Okay, well, once again, though that sin has an appointed time where, like it or not, it will come to an end. All right. This is Proverbs 30 and 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I done no wickedness. Okay, and we know the book of Sirach says that she'll drink at every fountain and open her quiver at every arrow. Goes right along with it. Now, what I suggest you do, if you don't know, look up Narcissus. Okay, void of emotion, void of ever even acknowledging that I've caused a problem. So if you can't acknowledge the problem, there is no solution. Okay, just doubt, or no. What is the word I'm looking for? Rejecting responsibility. I'll put it like that. That's all these women are good for, rejecting responsibility. I want to read that one more time. Proverbs 30 and 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth, okay, and saith, I have done no wickedness. All right. Can't even acknowledge. So there's no way to repair that. Once again, you can't bring a clean thing out of an unclean thing. You can't. It can't be clean. And if she's adulterous, what did the Lord say? Put her away. For three things the earth is disquieted. The earth is shaken, not at rest. For four, which it cannot bear. Okay, it can't tolerate. For a servant, when he reigneth. Now that servant is Esau, that who is reigning right now. For it says, I've seen servant on horses in the power seat and princes on ground. You so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics. The prime example, Teddy Roosevelt with the northern and southern tribes enslaved. Okay, those are the princes. Okay, the Lord can't stand seeing that servant above us. Okay, even though he put us in this situation for punishment. Okay, a fool when he is filled with meat. For an odious woman when she is married. Now, peep this out. Let's get that odious. And I hadn't heard of that until today. All right.
Strong's H8130. Sane.
Okay. And that goes into to hate, to be hateful. A married hateful woman of man. And what does that say? Of capital G, of God. Didn't I go into you destroying your body? Doing all this cutting, fake eyebrows, fake nails, fake ass, titties, you name it. Okay, didn't I go into that? If you don't love Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, there is no man that you can love. Okay, what is order? Yahweh Shai, man, woman, children. Okay, so without that, what do you have? You're void of understanding. Okay. So where we at? Okay. This is 23 again. 30 Proverbs 30 and 23. For an odious woman when she is married, and an handmaid that is here to her mistress. Okay? So what this is going into is he spoke of a servant over that, a servant reigning, that's out of order. A odious, loudmouth woman, that's out of order. Okay? He does, the Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is a man about order. Okay? This is Proverbs 14 and 1. Every wise woman buildeth her house, okay? But the foolish plucketh it down with her hands, okay? Once again, what did it say in Sirach? It's better to dwell in a house with the lion and the dragon. That's how hard it is to tolerate a wicked woman, okay? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is not a man that he can lie, okay? And he gave us this as part of the curses in Deuteronomies. I read it the other day, 28 and 30. He said our women will be whores in the street because we disobeyed. Remember, the apple of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua's eye is you men, okay? You Banyan, you sons of Yasharallah. He Prince of Power, so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics. Now, he gave us a woman to love. So when we turn our back on Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, he made what we love and cherish turn their back on us, okay? This is First Timothy chapter 2, 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over a man. Now, if he don't want women going into these scriptures and trying to break them down because that's not their role, but to be in silence. Let me finish that off. Now I'm going to read it again. But I suffer not a woman to teach. Now, when you out here, I say it all the time, you fucking rappers are false prophets. These people are not just hearing your songs and bobbing their head and doing a dance step. They're actually downloading the message, receiving it, just like in They Clone Tyrone. You turn on this vibration and it makes people do this. It makes them do that. This is a form of witchcraft that's being used. And when she opened her mouth and told these girls, these young women that are at the age of around 20, this to be trifling, to be wicked, delusional. Turn up your delusional. Okay, go stab out tires while you're in your 20s. Like, once again, not perceiving that you don't know the number of your days. Only Yahweh Bashim Yahushua does. Okay, that's a form of teaching. He told her, shut up. Okay, for Adam was first formed, then Eve. Okay, and what was Eve formed to do? To be a help. Okay, a servant to her man. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression. And have we seen a change up in the mannerism of these women today? No, they're still walking in league with the serpent, okay, to this very moment. And they're going to continue to, okay? Oprah getting caught up in all kind of mischiefs from her school, having convictions of rape, allegations of moral rape, spiritual counselor. Yeah, makes sense from somebody who denounced the Most High a long time ago. Once again, another witch, not a woman, a witch. Also to the Malibu, Maui, Hawaii fires, none of her property was touched. And then she tried to go over there and push that bullshit humanitarian TV camera show on them, and they're not going. Okay, so what is Oprah known for? Teaching what? Wickedness. All right, adulteress. Do as thy will. Okay. Now, for that very reason, I'm gonna end this lesson like this, and this is the Book of the Laws, by the way. Exodus 22 and 18. I can't end this any better because, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, and we're talking to you women, you can repent, call on Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and come up out of spiritual Sodom and Egypt. That's where we are right now. And I mean being disconnected from this way. Put away the fake and come to the law, statutes, and commandments. However, this is the sentence. Exodus 22 and 18. And if we was in the ancient world, this would be happening right now in front of our face as an example. But now we're being held over for the major example, the cleansing the IBMs, the concentrated lasers from the chariots, the beasts that are created for vengeance that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is reserving for you women, okay? The cold-hearted men that will be coming after you soon here, okay? When Jacob's trouble hits, okay? Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live, okay? Now, how am I going to back that up? By telling you that nobody's ever perished being innocent. So when you getting your ass kicked, pulled, swung around, ripped up, tore apart, gang banged, that carousel, you ready to get off, but it's going to continue for nights in and nights out, okay? When this comes to your doorstep, then you're going to know a prophet was amongst you and you ignored him. I pray that this was edifying. Shalom.